Hi, I'm Congresswoman Shelley Pingree. Yesterday in my subcommittee, we were marking up the Interior Environment Subcommittee. That is where we also fund all of the arts as well as environmental funding and our national parks. One of the things that was slipped in at the last minute was a renaming at the Kennedy Center of the Opera House for First Lady Melania Trump. Now, perhaps you've heard, the president doesn't want to fund the arts unless, in fact, he is in charge of the arts. So he's repurposed some of the arts fundings to his own use, and one of those places he's doing it is the Kennedy Center. He went in, he fired all the members of the board that came from Biden or anyone else. He appointed all of his own people, and he is now determining what will be performed at the Kennedy Center and also a redesign of the building. In the big ugly bill, the Republicans gave him almost $250 million. That's 6 times what we normally fund the Kennedy Center at, so that he can repurpose the place, maybe put gold faucets in the bathrooms. Who knows exactly what he's going to do, because he's given us very little information. And yesterday in that bill, they slipped in at the last moment. I think we learned at 5 o'clock in the morning that they were going to rename the Opera House, one of the 3 theaters there, for First Lady Melania Trump. Now, my fear is eventually he's going to want to name the whole place for himself, call it the Trump Center for the Performing Arts. It will be his design, his performers, his artists who will be there, and maybe he'll get to decide who even attends. Now, unfortunately, attendance is already down. There's a lot of people who don't want to go to the new Kennedy Center, that don't want to see necessarily just the performers that the president has decided on, and some of the performers have canceled because they don't want to perform now with this new regime or with the president's idea of what art should be. The president telling us what art, what history, what culture should be. Now, one of the concerns I have about this renaming is this Kennedy Center was a living memorial to John F. Kennedy. The idea was this was a president who loved the arts. So why not create a living memorial where art can be performed, diversity can be seen, and all of the great art and talent of our nation and beyond in the world can come and perform right here in our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. So if he's to change the name, for instance, to Donald Trump, we no longer have a living memorial to JFK. In fact, we don't have a Washington Monument or a Jefferson Monument or anything like that that is designed for JFK. This was the monument. So I'm deeply concerned for a million reasons about what this president is doing to the arts, but the renaming, it's really gotten under my skin. We are fighting back. We tried to block that amendment yesterday, and we will continue to fight back in any way we can.